What is up, guys? Hope everyone's doing well. Going to dive into this right now. So, I've been wondering, I'm sure some of you guys have been wondering, what Nevada considers, how do they define COVID death or death by COVID? So, if you're wondering why the COVID death has been going up, on my last video I talked to you about why the COVID case has gone up because they redefined what a new case is and they redefined what a probable case is, which is outrageous. And then they didn't inform us about this on the news or any politician or any Sisolak. The governor does not want to inform us about this. Find that appalling that they're accepting that, and that's okay. So the current case definition, I'm going to flip this around and see this. So this right here is a printout that you can get. This is Collin County or Collin County in Texas, their interpretation or breakdown of the new guidelines sent from the CDC that they have to follow. So this is a new case definition for death related to COVID-19. Here's an example of a certificate. So terminal events such as cardiac arrest, respiratory arrest, or ventricular blah 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 without showing the, I don't even know that word, do not abbreviate each blah blah blah. So to skip through that stuff, the immediate cause of the death was leukemia. Right? This person died of leukemia. Primary reason they died. Sequentially, list of conditions, if any, leading to the listed line. So these are the two things that led to the cause of death as well that are linked to leukemia. So before, this wasn't sufficient. The current case definition, which was the previous case definition, the example death certificate above is not sufficient. It has to be accompanied with a positive PCR test to be counted as a COVID-related death, meaning that they have to test the individual and make sure they come back positive, etc., with COVID-19, and not just show symptoms of COVID-19. So here is the new case definition. The example of death certificate above is sufficient and will be counted as a COVID-19 related death. Positive PCR result are no longer required. As you can see here in the bottom, the number of COVID-19 related death is going to be increased because of the new case definition. So, what are the symptoms that COVID-19 has? This can be anything. It's extremely vague. It's extremely vague. There's, I can have a cold, for example, and let's say I'm diabetic, and I have a cold, and my immune system's a little weak, and I die from diabetes because whatever it may be, my blood pressure is low, or I'm not taking my insulin. Then, just because I have these symptoms from the cold, coughing, having a headache, feeling fatigued, have a hard time breathing, runny nose, since those symptoms are all in line with possible COVID-19, when I die, I would be counted as a COVID-19 death. Let's go back and I'll show you the rest. I'll show you the what they consider probable COVID-19, the new definition of probable. So, this is the probable new case, how they define that. This is the same thing with a symptoms that they use to conclude that it is caused by or COVID was related in some form or fashion. So here's one. All households are positive. So this means they all have positive. They tested all days as positive, etc. This one reports having a cough within 14 days, sore throat, headache, feverish, headache, cough, difficulty breathing, fever, muscle aches, So those are all symptom examples that if you die and you showed those symptoms, you are considered a COVID death if you die. If you die from that. How inaccurate is that? No wonder the numbers are going up. We've been lied to by the media, by the local news, by Governor Sisolak. Why are they not reporting this stuff? Why do I have to find out from other states' interpretation that they're giving their people and passing it to their doctors, but we the people are assuming that if someone dies from COVID-19, that is the main reason they die from COVID-19. No, it's not. Usually it's linked to some precondition, a health condition they have, diabetes, leukemia, heart condition, heart disease, etc., etc. And if you think about it, if someone dies from, it's such a loose term that if someone dies from a car wreck or overdoses on drugs or something, has a heart attack or stroke, and they ask whoever was around him that they show these type of symptoms, then that doesn't make sense. But you know what? They make money off of that. The hospitals do. So now the government is incentivizing deaths. Why? Why are hospitals incentivizing deaths? The primary should be you incentivize saving people's lives. You should give the hospitals money for saving. Per life saved should be a money that you get compensated for. But it's the opposite. You get compensated for the death. And if you die under a ventilator, you get more money. This is shocking stuff. So I'm going to link a video also on my description below of a lady in Houston, Texas, that literally says she's a doctor. She went to Washington, made a speech, and lo and behold, the news isn't putting this up, silencing the truth. There's a lot of silencing going on that I don't like. Free speech is being challenged right now. The truth is being challenged. And we the people must be informed. We the people must be awake. We the people must not rely on what is being fed to us by the mainstream media and Google and social media, Facebook, Twitter, etc. Anyway, so she's like, I've been doing this for a long time. I had 350 COVID patients that I use hydroxychloroquine with zinc and some other drug. And she says that none have died. None. She even uses those things to prevent all the doctors in that facility and herself. She puts that on herself. She takes those drugs, the same thing that Trump took. He took hydroxychloroquine himself for preventative action. That's how much confidence I have on this stuff. I think it's used to treat malaria. It's been around for a very long time. It's an old drug. You know what the CDC says? You know what the CNN says? They say, it needs more testing. The drug's been around for years. It's old. The FDA approves it. Says it's safe. But these doctors, they get silenced. Or listen to this, they even get death threats. They get threats from the government for silence. They get threats of losing their jobs, losing their license. Which is, whenever you use threats for silencing the truth, that puts people in a very tough predicament to say, well, I might as well just lie because I don't want to lose my 10 years of studying to be a doctor because I disobeyed the CDC. That's shocking stuff right there. It's unacceptable. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I want to put the link of the video below. If it's not working, that means it got deleted recently. But, that's how it is. YouTube has it to where I even put comments on YouTube and they silence it. They consider it hate speech. And, I'm not cursing people out. All I'm saying is the truth. There's particular keywords that they consider hate speech and they delete your comment automatically. Same thing with videos. There's particular words you can and cannot say. And our free speech is under attack. And always, guys, stay strong. I'm going to continue to give you guys information that I find out. God bless you. Take care.